going to do something just a little different today for my dehydrating of eggs because I've got lots. I am actually going to do a scrambled egg, and then I'm going to dehydrate the scrambled eggs. So this is about 8 eggs. I'm not going to add any spices to it. I did not use anything on the bottom of the pan because it's a non-stick pan. And I'm just going to fry these up into a nice scramble, and then I'm going to put it into the dehydrator. So this is coming along just as normal eggs would do, just frying them up. Now there was quite a few of these, so it's going to take a while. I want to make sure that they're done all the way through. This is another method, and I've never tried it before, and so I want to make sure that this is going to work. If this works, it's actually quite a lot easier than putting the wet egg into the dehydrator. I've had a lot of spillage, and yeah, it's just kind of a mess. So we'll see. I will let you know. So what I'm doing here is just pushing it down. I don't want a lot of lumps. This has got to be fairly thin. So just want to make sure all those big lumps are gone. Okay, we're done here. Now I'm just going to let this cool, and then I'll take it downstairs and get it on the dehydrator. The scrambled eggs have dehydrated nicely. I'm just going to get ready to pulse them in my bullet. All right, so I just pulsed a small amount of the egg. I just want to see what I've got before I get too far into this. So this is the scrambled egg, and this is the traditionally, just the wet egg going into the dehydrator. Right off the bat, there's a difference in color, and it could be the egg. These were 100% hen eggs, but I don't know. I'm going to try adding some hot water and reconstituting the scrambled eggs and seeing if that will work. So reconstituting is a 1-to-2 ratio. That is 1 heaping tablespoon of the egg. And I will do the same with the water. Some people add a little bit of oil to it as well. And then you just let it sit for a bit. So the key to this is using hot or warm water, very warm water. You can tell that's not exactly a tablespoon. So I'm going to maybe put 4 of these in because it's and then that would be tablespoon, and then of course the heaping business. So I'm just going to give this a stir. That looks about right. So this should incorporate all of the granules within a few minutes here, and then just for my easy test, I'm just going to pop it into the microwave, and if it creates egg, we are good. If it just creates a watery mess, then this isn't working. So this is looking very promising. You can see that it is pulling all that water into the egg. So this is actually looking a little thick. I added just another half a tablespoon of water, and I'm changing my mind. I'm not going to use the microwave. I will use this skillet. Yeah, so this is not working. Not in the least. We'll let this cook a little bit longer. This doesn't react the same way as the other, the liquid-based dehydrated method. So yeah, we'll see in a couple of minutes. Well, as it's cooking off the liquid, it is kind of resembling some scrambled eggs. So I've had better results with the other method, but if you're just looking for scrambled eggs, this may be an acceptable method. And if I left it a little longer, it might have worked a little better. As much as I hope that this would work, if you look at this is almost powder. It's like it's missing the protein. It's missing what makes it elastic. So I'm going to try a couple of other experiments and see if I can get something out of this. Test number 2, I'm just taking the lumps right out of the dehydrator. I'm going to put this in some water and then the microwave just to heat it up. I guess if you were in a prepping situation, you would want to just use some boiled hot water or from your tea kettle. Right, so that was 45 seconds in the microwave. The bowl was so hot I had to use a oven mitts to take it out. So I'm just going to let this sit in here and see if it softens up, because right now it is hard as a rock, steaming. We'll see what happens in another few minutes. So as a test, I've had a little bit of leftover water, and I poured some of the regular dehydrated egg in here. As you see, it's not even enough to get it all off my spoon. But the color is different, the consistency is different. So what I did with this experiment is I did add some oil to the egg mixture, but I can see already, like you see that it's grainy, and there isn't, it just doesn't have the same look. Like, and look at this, like it's used up all that water, and now it's it's way more water thirsty. This had less water in it to begin with. It's been about 5 minutes, and these are still hard. I don't know if you could boil them. Maybe they would soften up, but I don't know. Like, I don't foresee that this method would work. Both samples here, just to give you an idea of what we're actually looking for. And this one, I did add that oil. So the only thing that comes to mind as to why this is so much more orange is the fact that the egg sometimes separates into what was the yolk and what was the yellow. And the yellow parts, when they dehydrate, are really orange. And when you scramble the eggs, everything is scrambled all together. So maybe that's the difference. I'm not quite sure, but you'd think it would work. Everything else was the same. Dehydrator was the same temperature, 135. We'll see how it goes in the frying pan. I'm going to go ahead and fry up what the regular stuff, and you'll see what it's supposed to look like. I'm working with such a small amount here, but you can see it stays in one spot. There's no leakage of excess fluid out the sides or anything like that. Yeah. So it's now starting to coagulate, and already you can see that's looking like an egg. It's got some powder in here from my last batch, but yeah, this is already doing what it's supposed to do. Now look at that. Like that's normal scrambled eggs, which is really what you're looking for. And it's quite hopeful. You know, you can dehydrate it from liquid though, and get the same results as you would for a scrambled egg out of the shell. All right, we're going in with this second batch here. I've added about a teaspoon of oil to it just to try to give it a little something to stick to, but I'm already a little suspect here. Just a little too much liquid and too grainy, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so you can compare from the first batch there. This is already, we've got some leakage out the side of fluid, and bubbling up through. It's kind of indicating that it's doing that powdery stuff again. I'll leave it for a minute or two. It looks like it's got a speck of green onion in there, because I dehydrated some green onions with them. I'm really disappointed that this isn't working, because it is way less laborious than the other method, but I can already see this is not, it's not working. Some people will report that they've got great results from this, but I have yet to see the results that I get from just dehydrating from a liquid. So yes, it's up for everyone else to try. But I'm showing you right here, it's not working. Like, I'm just gonna, I did flip it. It is, it kind of, it held its place, or it held its shape. I'd say this would actually worked way better than the first batch. So that was adding oil to it. but you saw, like the first batch was, I mean the, we'll just throw this other bit over here. Well, big difference between the two. And since I prefer what this looks like, I guess I won't be trying to take a shortcut with dehydrating. You just can't do it from a scrambled egg. Just try to get this in here and flip it again. Like, it's passable. I'm sure you could eat it. But it's mealy, and this is egg. This has an egg look and feel to it, and this is a grainy, so that the taste is grainy. You see, this just actually falls apart. Just pulling on it like a fake egg. So yeah, it's very disappointing. And this is just not, this is going nowhere. This is hard as a rock still. And so, no go. No go. So there you have it. If you want your egg, you gotta do it the old-fashioned way. Dehydrate from liquid. Have a great day, guys. Bye for now.